I am here today with the amazing Mary Mauser, star of Cobra Kai, and we are going to get into the weeds. Do you have any ships for Cobra Kai that you're really rooting for?
Yes. Miguel's mom and Johnny. I have shipped them from day one, like before there was even like chemistry there. I mean, well, obviously there's always been like chemistry, but before when it was just like, ooh, like, did I just get a vibe? Like, that's the one I ship. And then of course, you know, the LaRusso parents, because they're technically my parents, so love that for them.
Gotta love the love.
Yeah.
Do you have any headcanons for Sam? Headcanon is like something that you think about the character that isn't explicitly said. It could be like she eats pancakes on Saturdays.
Ooh. Okay, so they kind of snuck this in. I'm a big Disney fanatic. I go to the Disney parks like in non-COVID times. I go like 2 or 3 times a month. And so a lot of photos of me, when people ask, like, you know, they're like, we need to fix up Samantha's room with a bunch of pictures. Can you send us pictures of yourself looking cute? Usually all those pictures of me are from Disneyland. So Samantha's room has a bunch of hidden gems of her at Disneyland. So I like to believe that that was like a LaRusso family tradition, that they like went to Disney parks.
What fandom are you kind of the most involved in, and do you have any fan theories?
My middle school Tumblr, which was under a fake name and I think is deactivated at this point, was mostly Twilight and then a lot of Doctor Who. And a lot of Supernatural, but both of those only up to like a certain year, where like I had a year where I just like didn't watch TV, fell completely out of the loop, and then have ever since been trying to catch up. I would say though, like Twilight is the one that, I mean, 10 times out of 10, that's what I always come back to. Like, I'm having a crappy day, I put on Twilight. My number one question is, what did they do when Bella was having her time of the month? And I feel very unsatisfied that I don't have that answer. I just need to know. Like, was she not allowed anywhere near the Cullens? Like, what did Edward do?
So the follow-up to that theory is like, how did they handle high school?
Oh, totally, right? You know, the day they blood typed. Like, that's really the only day somebody's ever gotten a paper cut in class, was like the day they blood typed. Like, you know what I mean? I knew kids who were, like, in high school, like, piercing their ears with safety pins in the back of English class. Like, kids are weird.
Oh, some kid always has a nosebleed.
Right, of course, yes. Usually the same one.
These are really big plot holes. I feel like we need to get.
We need answers.
Yeah, I need get Stephanie Meyer on the phone.
Yeah.
I noticed that you do a lot of like learn tos on your channel. So I was wondering, is there anything you can really quickly teach me?
I can teach you a few letters in American Sign Language, because that's actually what I'm studying in school right now. A, B, C, looks like a C. D also like looks like a D. E, I don't really know what to say this one looks like, but it to me looks like an E. Right? Yeah. Right? It's a vibe. Yeah. E, F, I don't know, F, I always say for fine. F is for fine. G, which kind of looks like a gun. And then H, which is 2 sticks. That's the closest I can get to H. I, which is just a little finger. And then J, make a J. K, it looks like a K if you turn it to the side. L is just an L, right? M is your thumb underneath 3 fingers. And then N is underneath 2 fingers. And then O is the letter O, just looks like an O. P is a K but down, so I say think potassium, which is K. Q is G but down, because they look, you know, a Q looks like a baby G. Q, R, I say it looks like rope. They're tied together. S is a fist with your thumb in front, yeah. T is just your thumb in between the first 2 fingers. U, V, and then I bet you can guess W. And then X, I say for X marks the spot like a pirate.
Oh.
And then Y. Yep, and then Z, you just literally draw a Z. Yep.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Learned something new today.
I actually have gotten to the point, though, that I can do it with both hands at the same time, because it's something I've been studying for a while.
Can you tell me a story about a stunt fail on set?
Oh, man. I love Cobra Kai because we get to do stunts, and this is my first experience doing stunts. So for me, I'd say I have a lot of stunt fails. I think my worst one was filming episode 5 of season 2, and it was not even on me that I failed, and I felt so bad about this. But one of our lovely stuntmen, John, in the mall fight scene, I am fighting with him. He's the one wearing a salmon t-shirt, like orangey pinky t-shirt, and we had to do a Texas switch, which is where we have a stunt double and a stunty and a reelie, as they nickname them. So me, the actor, and my stunt double work as a team. They call Texas switch, which they just yell switch, everybody freezes, and the two of us trade places in exactly the same spot. So there was this, I had to roll over Gianni's back, and I did it myself for a few takes, but because they wanted it to go straight into this particular kick, they switched me out for my stunt double on that one. So, they call switch, my stunt double runs in, she does the roll over the back, she does this knife kick, which is supposed to go to John's chest, and instead it goes to his Adam's apple. Knocked the wind out of him, so he's like, ugh! And then they call switch, and so he's bent over, and nobody realizes because everyone's supposed to be frozen, and I switch in, and then I'm supposed to do the rest of the stunt with him, and so they call action, and we go to do the rest of the stunt. He's like, I'm good, so we keep going, we do the rest of the stunt. I'm supposed to flip my body over him, and then when I get him down, I have him in an arm bar, I drop his arm, and I'm supposed to punch him. And for a stunt, you're supposed to punch near the person's face, but right across so it looks like it, right? So I go to throw the punch, and I accidentally punched him in the nose. With all my might, because I had so much adrenaline, too. I just went boom, and I didn't hear anything at first, and they called cut, and I looked down, and I was like, I literally felt it. Before I registered what happened, I just went, and then I realized, and they were like, we can't even use the take because you made a dumb face. I was so embarrassed, and I felt so bad for John, but it's fine. We've gotten to do plenty of stunts together since then, and he's taught me a lesson or two, that's for sure.
Can you tell me about a time when you bombed on set or in an audition?
Oh my god, am I about to tell this story? This is the most embarrassing story of my entire life, and I have avoided telling anyone. I don't even know if my closest friends know this story. I auditioned for a particular Christmas movie when I was a young child, and it was going to be animated, but they were going to be using the person's, physical body to do the animation. It's that style of animation. So they had me come in for an in-person audition. I spent the entire time in the waiting room playing with the other kids who were auditioning, and I did not want to go to the bathroom when my mom told me to go to the bathroom. I was 5 years old, I think barely 5 years old, got into the audition room and realized I needed to go to the bathroom, and I wet my pants. So I think that's the most you can ultimately ever flub an audition, and I did it. But they were I know, I was 5, and they were so sweet about it. I remember, immediately just bursting into tears because I was so embarrassed, and they, went and got my mom. She, cleaned me up. They still let me audition. I didn't get it, but it's fine. I understand. I wouldn't have probably booked me either.
So on the lighter side of things,
yes.
Can you tell me about the funniest thing or the thing that's made you laugh the most on set?
Let me think. Tanner and I mess around a lot. When I get to work with Tanner, who plays Robbie, he and I just spend most of our time in between shots messing around and making dumb faces at each other. There's actually a blooper reel. There is one that got released, and there's a blooper reel that never got released that was just funny faces that we make at the camera. We have a competition to make funny faces, right when the slate comes in, before they do the little action, right? The slate thing. When they bring that thing in, I try to make the dumbest face while it's in front of me as possible, so that when they move it, everyone at Video Village has to look at me making a really dumb face. And they apparently saved all of those. So there was a reel of those, and some of those just crack me the frick up. But there's also a couple moments where especially with Tanner, where we accidentally punch each other when we're not supposed to. This happened with Peyton List actually as well. In season 2, episode 10, we had a moment which I still find hilarious because she cared so much and was so sweet about it. But we were supposed to be doing this whole big fight sequence at the end of season 10. Season 10. I wish. Episode 10, season 2. And we're at the end. Yeah, exactly. Just manifesting. When we get to this big fight sequence, and she and I are supposed to just throw 2 punches, and then the camera was going to go past us and go to a different character. So she throws her punch, and again, I didn't realize, but she literally had just punched me straight in the head because I like didn't move my head fast enough. So she just like punched me straight in the head. The scene goes on, no one notices, and then out runs one of our stunt coordinators, and she's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Because she's the only one who caught it on the camera. Everybody else is like, "Great take, looks great, let's move on." Meanwhile, Peyton's like holding my head. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I had like a little trickle of blood. I was like, "I'm fine. This is cool. This is how I earned my stripes." Like, but it was hilarious for me, but Peyton still gets sad when I bring it up.
Did that take make it?
You know what? I actually don't know if I've checked. I will have to go back and look. But they loved the bruise that she created so much that they took photos of it, and for the rest of the fight sequences would repaint it on so that it matched because they liked the way the bruise looks so much.
So you said that you make weird faces. Do you have like an inventory? Can I get like a shuffle?
Okay, yeah. When I do this, I love my mom because she really loves her kids, but her favorite thing to say when I make this face is, "I did not go through all the trouble to have a baby with that face." Because she's like, "You're very pretty. You don't need to be doing that." My little Southern mom. But anyway, my favorite one is that's one of my favorites. And then I also can make my eyeballs shake. I don't know if you can see it, but like that, like make them like tremble back and forth. So I like to add that for like creepy effect too. Oh my god, that. You're like, these were not scary. These are not ugly. These were just disturbing.
I just want you to keep going. No more interviews with faces. Before we wrap up, I was wondering if we could meet your dog.
Yes, you can. Oh, I just woke her up mid-nap. She's not happy about it. This is Lady Charlotte. And
Lady Charlotte.
Yes, so she is named Lady after Lady and the Tramp. And then Charlotte after Lottie from The Princess and the Frog. Because that's also just one of my favorite like old Southern names. My favorite thing that she does is she'll like tuck her head like right into my neck like that and just nap. She's like a human baby. So she just is altogether a very big sleepy puppy.
Oh, this was so much fun, Mary. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat.
Now I'm gonna have to go like do some digging on Tumblr again and see what weird crap I can find. Thank you so much. I've had so much fun.